I sit in the children's hospital waiting room, nervously flipping through a magazine. My brain rushes with empty questions and anticipation for the doctor's results. I glance over at my mom to see that she is fighting back tears, but remains strong for my sake. I hang my head, blink, and suddenly hear my name called. Brandon, we are ready for you now. I got up and Dr. White led me to a room where I sat up on my bed. There, I waited for what he had to say. He took a good look at me and shared something that I will never forget. Brandon, you have a very strange symptom. You have a disease that deteriorates the muscle in your legs and causes your ligaments to become tighter and pull back. However, you only have this disease in one leg instead of both, causing one foot to be smaller than the other. We doctors call this Charcot-Marie tooth, or better known as CMT.
I immediately shut my mind off from hearing any more. I felt the questions storm through my mind. I gathered myself up enough to ask Dr. White if my leg would ever get better. He looked up at me and sadly said, "No, it'll only stay the same or get worse." I fought back tears and I thought to myself, how could this happen to me? Why me? What did I do? I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be able to run without a limp. I wanted to be able to play basketball like in my dreams. But this wasn't what was planned for me. Through the rest of middle school and freshman year, I went through physical therapy, had numerous doctor's appointments, and noticed my leg getting weaker and weaker. I struggled daily to find my place in this world, and I often thought about how easy it would be if I just quit, if I just stopped and gave up. How many of you have had a moment in your life, big or small, where you have felt like giving up? I mean, like you are tossing in the towel. You are finished. Or maybe a time where you have lost all motivation to fight the battle that life presents you with. I don't know, maybe it's a homework problem that you're struggling with. Or maybe it's thinking about quitting that team that you're on. Or maybe it's those never-ending problems at home that seem like they will never go away. If you have ever felt something like this or something similar, please go ahead and stand up. Now take a look around. You are not alone. There is someone out there that has felt something very similar to what you have felt. Go ahead and have a seat. My good friends, I tell you, I know that feeling. I have been there. But it wasn't until my junior year that a power greater than me captured my heart and laid out that way for me. And that way was the FFA. Through this past year, I have witnessed individuals striving to be more. It takes a lot to truly just let go and be more. You see, the average person stands within the crowd, while the not-so-average person leads the crowd. We are called to be more than average. We are designed to persevere even in the toughest of times and be a light for those around us. And the best part is, once we really do persevere, we become different. And when we become different, that light you have will shine so very brightly for everyone to see. Now, I believe that there is one surefire way to get out of all the jitters and to be yourself, and that is dancing. And I love to dance. That's right, dance. Now, I do realize that dancing can be kind of awkward at times, yes, but that's the best part. With that being said, how many of you out there like to dance? That's not good enough. I said, how many of you like to dance out there? Yeah. With that being said, hey DJ, crank it up.
Watch me hit the crank button.
Woo!
Crank.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that I love about dancing, besides the fact that you get to go crazy with reason, is that it allows yourself to be free. Now, I will admit, I'm not the best dancer in the world. In fact, as you guys can just tell, I'm not a very good dancer at all. But that doesn't mean that I can't let loose and have a little bit of fun. But here's the one catch about dancing. It takes courage. It takes willing to be different than everyone else around you. If you feel like dancing, dance. Don't let someone tell you that you can't dance. There is too much in this life to be thankful for. So why not dance? Now, let's think about that for a second. Picture National FFA Convention. It's a hall much similar to this one, but 10 times the people. The stage that I'm on right now is much larger than the one that I'm on here. And the energy in the air, man, you can constantly feeling it boiling around your head. Us state officers are down on the floor, counting down the moments to the new national officers elections. I glance over to my left, and I notice our candidate, Paige Druffel. And man, you can see those nerves right on her face. And we can feel them right with her. Pretty soon, election time came. Names began to be called. But none of them were matching Paige's. It came down to the last name. We all held our breath and heard a different name being called. We were all so devastated. But in the midst of that disappointment, I caught a glimpse of Paige. And, you know, I would have suspected her to be extremely down, but very upset. But not Paige. Paige was smiling brightly and cheering on everyone else around her. Inside, Paige had poured her heart and soul into running for national office and came up short. Everyone else around her was crying hysterically. Some of them even left as soon as they noticed that their name wasn't called. But Paige stood out. She was cheering them on, the newly elected officers up on stage that had just defeated her. But that didn't mean she had lost. She had won. She went for more, even though the results had said otherwise. Now, let's think about that for a minute. You want something more than anything else in this world, but you just can't have it. I mean, you pour your heart and your soul into something, but it just doesn't go your way. It's frustrating and downright hard to digest. It is then we are faced with a decision. We can either hang our heads and complain about things not going our way, or we can either accept the fact that we were meant to do something better. With that being said, it is stated, "For I know what I am doing. I have it all planned out. Plans to take care of you, not abandon you. Plans to give you a future that you hope for." This is now what we have to hold on to. We are promised that there is something better out there for each and every single one of you. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. We just have to remain faithful and see it through. If we strive to be more, we will find success. And success isn't always measured by winning, but by the amount of effort that you put in. Paige, she totally got it, going for more. Do we? Now, sometimes, however, in order to truly strive for more, you need to embrace who you are. Now, I realize that can be quite difficult, because in today's society, we are constantly being told what is thought to be best for us. With so much emphasis put on the clothes we wear and how our body looks, it is so simple to fall into this trap. But none of it really matters, though, does it? I mean, we can't take it with us when we perish. You are created in an image of perfection. Every single little tiny cell in your body is precisely made. We are looked down upon and stamped excellent, even if society tells us otherwise. We must realize that we have been set free. And I don't think that there is a better individual who better realizes this than Amy from the SELA FFA chapter. Amy is 19 years old, and she goes to she lives in SELA, Washington. If you've never met Amy before, you would think that she's your normal, typical, everyday high school student. She rides the bus to school, takes normal high school classes, and even participates in the FFA. But once you do finally meet her, you'll realize that Amy isn't your typical high school student. Amy gets along in a wheelchair, has survived cancer, and now lives with a disease known as endomyosis. A lot of you may be wondering what endomyosis is. Just as the first time I heard her tell me. Endomyosis is a non-hereditary disease that causes non-cancerous tumors to form everywhere a joint is present in your body. Amy has been battling this disease ever since she was born, and because of it, it has landed her in a wheelchair for as long as she can remember. Amy, besides living with that disease, Amy was diagnosed with cancer, but she still managed to defeat it. Now, keep in mind, Amy is only 19 years old. Amy struggled her way through grade school and middle school with children making fun of her just because she looked funny and because she wasn't normal. Amy has had every single reason in this world to just quit, to just give up, throw it all away. Do you think any of that stopped Amy? No. Even with all those hardships and struggles, she still wouldn't let that get the best of her. Amy doesn't look like you and I. She survived cancer, and she has to have a wheelchair just to get around. When I first met Amy, her attitude was more positive than I could have ever imagined. She focuses on the good things in life, the things that hold true to their meaning. She doesn't feel sorry for herself. She lives for the day and nothing else. Amy seems to have it figured out more than most do. And here, I thought I had it all figured out. But looking at Amy, I didn't even know the half of it. Wow. Washington FFA, I'm not an inspiration. Amy is. Amy inspires me every single day to be a better person. Amy encourages me not to dwell on what I don't have, but to embrace what I already do have. Look at all the beauty in your life and be happy. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Embrace who you are. Through Amy and through Paige, I have better realized what it's like to be more and to be yourself. When you leave session tonight, you will be left with a choice. A choice to be more and to be yourself, even at life's toughest points. Or you can continue to let the opinions of others and the world affect who you want to be. You see this blue jacket right here? This blue FFA corduroy jacket you're wearing has your name on it. Live your name. Don't be fearful of the storms that life will bring. And let me tell you, there is going to be plenty of them to come. But we are created with a power so great inside of us that we don't even know how truly mighty it is. Refuse to let the opinions of others drag you down. Refuse to do what everyone else has done. And refuse to let your past affect your present. We are free to be more and to be you. Why waste your time chasing after who others want you to be? Live your life. Live because it's a God-given gift. Dance if you feel like it. Laugh at yourself. Fall, but only rise again. And love like you don't have tomorrow. You, Washington FFA, are free to be more and to be you.